So the Action 2, it does some cool stuff. Cool might not be the proper term there, but I was comparing it to the GoPro Hero 10, and a good comment came in saying, with the magnetic detachable design and such, it would actually be better to compare it to the Insta360 GO2. And you asked for it, so here it is. This is the GO2 versus the Action 2. And actually, Insta360 is sending me another GO2 to give away to one of you lucky viewers, which I'll tell you about later on in the video, so stick around. But as you can see, I've been switching between the two cameras this whole time and the audio so that you can get an idea of what the quality is like. But there is a lot more to talk about, so let's dive a little bit deeper. Here we go. Welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Black, and I love to review cool gear that comes my way, so don't be a stranger. Links to everything that I'm going to be talking about will be down in the description, plus a surprise link. And just to give you full disclosure, Insta360 actually did send me the GO2. But that was like 6 months ago to do a review. I did that review, and you should check out that review. It was pretty cool because I used a GO2 to review a GO2. Also, check out my friend Luke Edwin's channel. He does some really creative stuff with the GO2. But they didn't pay me anything back then, and they're not paying me anything now. The Action 2 I had to buy with my own money. DJI did not send this to me. I have no alliances here. I just want to give you my honest opinion about it. And you know what? You might have a different opinion. That's completely fine. Send me a link to your video so you can change my mind. Okay, let's battle it out.
Ready? Go!
Let's start with the quality. Now, obviously DJI's got the bigger sensor, it's got the higher resolution, but it also depends on what you're watching this content on. If you're just watching it on your phone right now, you might not see a big difference. If you're watching it on a higher res 4K monitor or your big TV, well, you'll probably see a difference. The DJI anti-warp thing is killing me. Just look at that opening sequence. If I pause it right here, my hands do not look like that. So that warping is a bit ridiculous. So hopefully they have a firmware update in the future where they will fix that or like add linear mode or something like that. Now let's compare the stabilization. Flow state does work with 2K on here, and also with the DJI, if you want that horizontal lock, that also has to be at 2K. I actually like the GO2 stabilization better. You get a wider field of view too. Just a casual walking and talking. And as you kind of see this, let's also talk about the audio. How does the audio sound? So what we're gonna do is just kind of walk around. Not too much wind, but there will be some cars driving by. I think the Action 2 has a little bit more bass to it. And the GO2, you can tell it's getting rid of those background sounds. I think the Action 2 has a little bit more bass to it, and the GO2, you can tell it's getting rid of those background sounds. Should have waited till the end to do all that running. But I will say they both do a great job with audio and their onboard microphones. But with the Insta360 Go, there is no external microphone that you can use with this. You can use an external microphone with the DJI, except you have to plug it into the power module. So you'll need a couple of extra accessories to make that work with a microphone. Or you can buy their really expensive wireless microphone, but still you'll need to plug it in. Now with the photo test, here's the thing. You can say megapixels all day long, but people don't really do megapixels anymore because a lot of times it's basically a screen capture from the high resolution video. But which one do you think looks better? All right, so now let's look at the size difference. One thing I think is really cool about this is it can fit in your mouth, so you can get some quick POV shots. Some people might be able to get the Action 2 in their mouth. I think I can. Oh, you might get lockjaw, or you accidentally hit the record button, or it's like biting into that first slice of pizza right out of the oven. Yeah, it gets really hot. Now we should compare the size with their different battery modules so you can kind of see how much more room it takes. The fact that the GO2's power module is its own case is brilliant for traveling around. You don't have to worry about accidentally turning it on and hitting record and wasting your battery away, and that's a huge advantage to me for the GO2. The in-body battery is about 30 minutes, and with the power module you get another 2 hours. And I've tested this out and it seems right on. The Action 2, however, they say 70 minutes standalone, but it was more like 30 minutes shooting in 4K 60. I'm sure 2K would probably get up to 50, and probably 1080p gives you 70 minutes. And adding in the power module, it says it gives you 3 hours more. I'd be reluctant to say that it would be actually 3 hours longer. The internal storage is 32 gigabytes, but for $30 more, you can actually get the 64 gigabyte version. And with the Action 2 and the power module, you can put an SD card in there and get up to 256 gigabytes more. But I would say 64 gigabytes would be sufficient enough for like a vacation or just a video shoot. And then you store them on backup drives or your computer, and then you can remove them off the camera. Okay, now that you've recorded your videos, what's the next step? How hard is it to get the files from your cameras to your computer? Now this can go both ways. With the GO2, you can just hook it right into your computer and get the files off of it, or you can transfer it over to your phone and do a little bit of editing and then airdrop that or send that from your phone to your computer. Now, one thing to note with Flow State and Pro Video, you have to export it to your phone because it does that flow state processing through the app. With the Action 2, you can obviously send it over to your phone as well, but you have to put it on the power module and then you can connect it to your computer, and then you can access the internal hard drive or the SD card. One thing people don't consider, you'll have to go through both storage spaces to find your files. So you might be recording a lot standalone, and then you record a lot on your SD card, and then you put your SD card in your computer, and maybe you're like, oh wait, where are those other files? And I can kind of see where that could become a problem. Now for durability. The Action 2, I mean, it feels tough. I'm a bit afraid to drop it. It looks like it would do some damage because to get that repaired, you'll have to send it in. I don't know how long that would take and how much that would cost. So I try to be a little bit more careful with it. This thing so far over the last 5 months has been pretty much a beast. My friend Scott was filming me with his GO2 and he accidentally ran it into a tree. And it was working perfectly. And if you do damage to the lens, it actually comes off and you can easily replace that yourself. Now let's talk about how easy they are to use. Now a huge advantage for the Action 2 is the screen. Changing the settings on the GO2, there's a handful of settings on here, so it's kind of easy to pick between them, but it's something you have to really play around with to know what each thing does and know what you're getting out of it. So it's not too hard, but I will give it to the Action 2 because it is a lot easier to navigate around the screen here with the touchscreen. The touchscreen's pretty good on this thing. Now, if you have the camera facing you, there's no screen there, but for the most part with a camera like this, you kind of know what the shot's gonna be. There's no way to really preview your shot unless you buy the front-facing screen from DJI, which is an extra $175 US. Wowza. Or you can just view it from the app. And they actually both have live preview, so if you're recording video, you can actually see the live preview of that video. Now with the GO2, it's kind of cool because you can use this as a remote. But with the Action 2, you have voice controls, so you don't need a remote. You can actually just say what you want it to do, like start recording or take a photo, unless you're shooting something where you need to be quiet and you can't just physically yell, hey, start recording. Quiet. Now let's talk about the magnetic part to this, because the magnetic part and the accessories are a pretty big draw for this. And I know on my last Action 2 video, I got hounded because I was doing the lanyard wrong. Apparently you're supposed to take this piece off, put that in there, put it on your Action 2, and then that sits on there. That's weird to me. Like, I feel like you can easily lose a piece like this or misplace it. Now I love with the GO2 that it has a magnetic back, so you can set it on anything metal or whatever and get the shot that you need. But also with their lanyard, you don't have to worry about any extra pieces or anything like that. You can just set it on there and it's pretty nice and out of the way. Now with the GO2 case, I mean, I love that you have little tripod legs so you can put it on a tabletop and you can adjust this to get the shot that you want, but also the fact that it has a screw thread at the bottom, so it's just really easy to put on any tripod or selfie stick. All right, so here's an important one, the price. Right now you can get the Insta360 GO2 at $299 US, or to bump up to the 64 gigabyte version, it's $329 US. The Action 2 comes in at $399 US, that's $100 more, and that's just for the basic power module. Obviously that's gonna be where we compare it to the GO2, but if you're looking at adding extra accessories on top of that, it gets pretty pricey. I would consider both of these cameras more of like a social media type of camera, just consumers trying to get some holiday holiday videos, and you'll probably edit it through your app and then upload it to, social media and share it with your family. So at the moment, I would think the Insta360 GO2 would actually win this battle because it's travel friendly, it's easier to use, and also easier to get those creative wow shots in those impossible places. And it's also better priced for what you're getting. Oh, and I said at the moment because I mean a future firmware update and maybe a lower price or better price could tip the scales a little bit. But for now, okay, you've been patient enough, and I'm sorry if this video is a little bit longer, but let's talk about the giveaway. Insta360 is actually sending me another one, so I thought, hey, I don't need two. I'm gonna give one away. And all you have to do to enter in the giveaway is two things. In the comments, let me know what your favorite movie sequel is, because these are both sequels. And also go follow Insta360 on Instagram, and I will announce the winner on an upcoming live stream before the end of the year. So that's exciting. If you're watching this way later, sorry about that, but I do a lot of giveaways on this channel, so, just stick around. All right, guys, see you in the next one.
Mr. Black. Albertson.